Hello Diana, how are you?
I'm really good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. It's lovely to see you.
Hello, good to see you.
I want to talk to you about your single and your album.
Yes, please.
Let's talk about Cinderella first.
Okay.
Tell me about it. You've worked with Miranda Cooper.
Yes.
You've worked with Donkey Boy. How did it all happen?
Amazing. Well, Miranda Cooper, I basically wrote Cinderella was one of the first songs I wrote for the album, and we met through my old label, RCA. I kind of hooked up a session, and Donkey Boys were working with Miranda on Cinderella, and I kind of walked in, and it was just this kind of amazing collab that happened. And yeah, Cinderella's such a great pop song, very kind of 80s and kind of a take on a modern day fairy tale. Yeah.
It's fab, I really like it.
Thank you.
You also worked with David Campbell.
I did.
And is this where you came up with Boy in Paris?
Yeah, me and David wrote that in LA. Yeah, I love David. He helped work with me and Miranda on Lightning Strikes as well. And yeah, David's wicked. I think he was nominated for a Grammy recently as well for the Kelly Clarkson tune, so he's a bit of a legend.
I see, nice.
Yeah.
It seems that, you know, the people you've worked with on this album, it feels very strong, this
Yeah,
album.
it is.
Like, I think I've read before that you said that you didn't fall in love with the old album the way you fall in love with this one. Why is that?
I think one thing, I'm a totally different person now. I am so more in myself than I was before. These past 2 years I've grown up, I've really become me. I've got this self-confidence, and I just know myself better. And these 2 years when I wrote the album, I fell in love, I got my house, I made more friends, and when I was writing, it just felt more right. It was my first album, I think it was really great, but I was still really finding out who I was as a person, and still finding out what music I was into and what my sound wanted to be like. But this is kind of like where I've ended up, and I feel really good about it.
Yeah, you've just mentioned that you've fallen in love. Has that influenced the album a little bit?
I think it does. I think when you're falling in love, you've just got like a spark and a magic kind of to you, and you kind of want to sing, want to dance, and want to write music. It makes you feel alive.
Share it.
Yeah, so I think that did really help me. Yeah.
Okay, like I've listened to the sampler, and I've said like it feels very, very mature, and I kind of want to say it feels very sexy.
Yeah, it is good. I felt very sexy writing it.
But it does, like, especially like I want to say, like, Mad at Me feels very kind of like
very tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
And very cool. It kind of reminded me a lot of like Blondie, like how like kind of Heart of Glass, where she has a like really cool riff. That was very Mad at Me.
Okay. Are there any surprise duets on the album? Are you not allowed to say?
I'm not. There's no surprise duets. I don't want to get everyone all like, ooh. I just kind of wanted to make this more. I don't think. We tried different things, and we would write songs and be like, oh, on this bit we could get a rapper in and like do that over it. I remember getting carried away, and we're like, no, it doesn't really need it. No.
It's mine.
Yeah, it's all mine.
You've had a lot of support for the lead single Cinderella. Like One Direction guys have tweeted about it.
Yeah.
And Jessie from Little Mix, I believe, as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's so sweet. That's so lovely of her. I'm so grateful for everyone doing that.
It is sweet. It's nice. You've also recently performed a song.
It was Jade from Little Mix.
Was it Jade?
Yeah.
My bad. It was Jade. Sorry, Jade.
It was Jade, not Jessie.
Sorry, guys. Also, you've performed a song, I believe, originally written by Lana Del Rey.
Okay.
Break My Fall.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to ask, is that possibly going to be on there? Can you tease whether there's a chance it's on there?
Can I say if it's on there? It's not going to be on the album.
Is it not going to be on the album?
No.
Okay, that's fine.
No.
You have said on Twitter that you've decided on single 2.
Yeah.
When did you decide that?
We decided that, I think, we kind of decided that when we decided the first single, because then there was a bit of a torn between which one would it be, so.
Okay. I know that Love Sounds Better in French has been very well received by the when you did your tours.
Yeah, I love that song.
That was very well received.
Yeah.
Is French and Paris and all of that still a big influence for the album, like you said before?
It is. I mean, there's a few songs, obviously, like Boy in Paris and Love Sounds Better in French. And I kind of went all town and all French. And I just loved Paris. I just was like, I want to be here. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. And will you be touring to promote this album?
Hopefully, hopefully if enough people buy it and buy tickets to come and see me, please do, guys. That would be great. I'm really enjoying doing the Ollie Murs summer shows and I'm coming to do festivals, so doing my own shows would be
amazing. You are performing JY on the 20th.
I am.
Yes. What are you going to do for that show to make it a bit more exciting? exciting.
Oh, I've got something up my sleeve. Me and the promoter, he's a babe. We've got something very special planned.
Okay, well, I will be there.
Yes!
Just to say.
Legend.
You've called the album Music to Make Boys Cry.
Yeah.
Have you ever made George cry?
Maybe. Well, George is a bit of a crier. No, he's quite emotional, so I'm actually quite nice to him, so maybe not a lot.
Okay. What are your 3 top tips to make a boy cry?
3 top tips. Write a song to
Okay.
make him cry.
Song.
Yeah, write a song. To make him cry, make him not play Call of Duty for a week.
Take it away.
Take it
Steal
away.
his Xbox.
That will make them cry. And what else to make a boy cry? I don't
Do you not
know.
like making boys cry, really?
I don't like break up with him.
Do it. Get rid of them.
Make him cry. Break up with him.
You've stepped into TV and film.
Yeah, I have.
Massive. The Perfect Wave. Really excited about that film.
Oh, yeah.
You've recorded a duet for it.
Yeah, me and George wrote a
lovely.
song for it. I know, it is quite cute. Yeah, it's not as cringy as it sounds. It was just really, it was very like natural. We're just like, in my kitchen and like kind of sat on my roof terrace and like you just kind of like on your joggy bums and I was like, oh, that's very pretty, and just kind of like started singing a melody over it and it happened. So it wasn't like too forced, because I think if we tried to force it, it would have been a bit like weird.
And it probably wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, it just felt very natural just hanging out at home.
Okay. You're really busy though, because you've also done a new Sky Living program called Give Out Girls.
Give Out Girls.
What's your character like? 'Cause can you relate to her? She's a northern bird.
She's very northern, very broad, and she's just really sweet and endearing. She's 19, she's kind of like, fresh eyes and really eager to please, and I remember being that way maybe a little bit at 19, but she's not really blessed. She's very sweet, but she's not all there.
I see.
She's not all there. I think I'd like to think that I was a bit brighter than Gemma.
Okay. Is there going to be more than one series of that? Do we know?
Hopefully.
So it's a continuous
Yeah. There's I think if people enjoy the first one, then there's definitely talks about a second one.
That's amazing.